So starting out, we do need to heal up for a bit. And I think the only thing we're really short on, I would say, is food. So we'll take the provisions. We need to raid settlements. That's fine. Dismantle 5 slums. And they're kind of weighted towards the south. Yeah, there's a few up there too, but not as many. These are big towns. I want to see if they have good regiments in there, so I'm going to go up this way. Alright, barracks. No, they don't, unfortunately. Alright, let me go through the items here and see if there's anything good. Don't want to spend all of our cash here because we still need to get some units. I'm going to buy a Yon Koping musket and we'll throw it on this grenadier here. So everybody's got a specialized musket at least on the grenadier division. So we're good on that. And then we'll get another gold cheval de frise and large limber chest. I think neither of these guys have it. Alright, that's that one. We need to raid now, so let's just raid this one. We're not going to make a ton of money because we don't have a lot of regiments in there. But that's alright. We need to do that to get our fusiliers anyways. There we go, we'll take all that. And let's move on to the next one. Alright, we got accosted here. Looks like it's cav and infantry, no artillery. A lot of grenadiers though. A lot of grenadiers. Württemberg, that's a little scary. These guys are pretty good. And then 2 light infantry, so the Feldjäger. So they're probably going to mostly just bum rush us. So we got to be ready for that. Now this is actually a decent spot for us. We can take the high ground here. That'll be good for artillery. And then we've got a river we can hide behind. And that's going to mostly slow them down when they charge in. Because I already know that's what they're going to do. I don't think... Yeah, and then their approach to this is all open terrain. So they're going to have a hell of a time getting past. So we'll get our grenadiers. Sharpshooter. Man, he's just going to get pushed off. I might try and put this guy on the flank. Maybe we'll see if he does better there. If we put him in the center, he's just going to get pushed off right away and he won't get any shots off. So I'm going to try to maybe put him over here. Yeah, we'll see if that helps. We'll follow the wood line here. Keep our formations a little bit tighter than usual. Something like that. And I'm a little nervous about letting these guys out on their own on this left side. So I'm going to pull them to the... Sorry, on our right. We'll pull them to the left. See if that helps. Alright, and then the grenadiers, we can just spread them out. If we keep a tight formation, it's real easy for us to slide them back and forth. So this should be helpful. Oh, we got to unlimber. And we'll start getting shots when they get close to the wood line. Yeah, it looks like this right side's going to have more of an issue. So I don't mind pushing these snipers over here, the sharpshooters. But we'll see how well they do. Let's keep them on the edge of the battle. They're less likely to throw a bunch of people over here, but they'll probably still try to do it. Alright, Württemberg Grenadiers, those need to go down. Let's take a look at their cav. Oh my god, 96 charge damage. Get these guys out of here. Okay, yeah, we need to get ready. They're gonna just charge in. Let's go ahead and countercharge with our Hessians. We might need to countercharge with 2 things because they're really strong. And here it comes. Alright, they're leaving our sharpshooters alone. That's good. Alright, get back. Hessian Grenadiers. Go charge something else. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Holy hell, they're not going to get back in time. Let's just charge again. Alright, Brunswick, you can charge. How are we doing here? Yeah, look at that, dude. They go all the way to the bottom. Good for them. These guys are getting mauled a little bit, so we gotta be careful with them. Okay, there's one broken unit. Württemberg Grenadiers, they reached our foot. Let's counter them actually? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, get back. Get back, get back, get back. Dude, don't. You know what, Feldjäger, you can take them out actually. Yeah, they're gonna be hard to get out. But I think if we do a quick charge and then very quickly get back. These guys need to just get all the way back. They're already low. Okay, you two, get back. You still have some fighting spirit in you though. What about over here? Württemberg Grenadiers, they're about to go down. Perfect. Hessian Grenadiers need to chill out. They need to get their breath back here. And our sharpshooters are still... Yep, still in action. Let's go ahead and switch them to the buck and ball. And these guys didn't do anything. All right, but how about you go help? Yeah, we didn't need him on the left flank. Oh crap. Yeah, the veteran foot are not going to survive that. Those Württemberg grenadiers are really strong. So let's get in there and help. You can slide down a little bit. Let's see how well these guys do. So 559. 675. Not as good as I thought they would do, actually. These guys are red now. They need to just stop. So we'll get them behind friendly line, and then we'll just tell them to stop. Here we go. Another one down. So most of their army's gone. So this is kind of what I thought would happen. Very, very fast, short charges. But nothing particularly strong. They don't have sustain. Well, it's a lot of very quick, short damage, but not long-term sustained damage. So once you weather the storm, the first part, then they're okay to deal with. All right, we're gonna charge out with our grenadiers. These guys, don't think can handle it. Yeah, we have 141 attack damage. Like, who's gonna stand up to that? Literally nobody can. Even these Württemberg, they can't handle it. They got 60 attack to our 141. Dude, what are you even gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. It's exactly what I thought would happen. Get out of here. All right, we got it. A couple people got damaged decently, but I don't think they were at full health either, so we were still kind of healing from the no, we weren't actually. We were at full health from the previous battle. So that's all right. Let's take conscripts so we can get some of those casualties restored. Oh boy, yeah, some of them got really badly damaged. Right, these Hanoverian foot can go to veteran foot. Oh, no, they can't. 4. Whoops. Okay, well, let me, I don't think there's any inventory here we need to sort through, so let me just look through the levels. I don't think we have anything here either. So let's just keep going. Let's get up to this next town. So we'll get some free weapons, stuff to sell. We don't really need that. All right, here we go. Barracks. Give me something special. Nope. Let me look through all the items. We'll get a bagpipe for this regiment. There we go. That puts them at 104 charge. So everybody's pretty much at 100 charge damage or higher. And then it'll go up even more when we're in battle, because I think some of these don't actually take effect. Some of the bonuses that we have until we're actually in combat. This is just equipment, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I don't see anything for doctrines up here, so... Yep, anyways, let me keep going. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much money. There's some stuff we could do, but I don't want to spend too much more, so I'm going to move on to raiding. We'll save the cash, because I have a feeling when we get an elite unit to buy, it's going to be ridiculously expensive, like 35 to 4,500. So let's make sure that we have enough to handle it. Right, next big town is going to be up here. So we'll head up there. Nothing good there. Just keep going. We got attacked. They can do the same thing. No. Okay, sweet. Actually, the cannons... I feel like we do better against the units that try to outshoot us than the ones that charge in. So this, I feel like we're built... Yeah, we're built to fight against these guys. 3 cannons, all infantry, no cav. Right, here's our setup in the back. Got a nice little farmland area we can defend against. So this is particularly good against the enemies that shoot at us. The only thing is, I think I'm gonna move these sharpshooters over here, because I feel like, well, actually we should look at what we're up against. Veteran musketeers, yeah. Where are those grenadiers? Because they're more likely to charge in. Looks like they're taking the center, so that's fine. We might need to be a bit more aggressive with our grenadiers this time. And I feel like I've said that before and then I just didn't do it, but we'll see. So here we go. We'll get our sharpshooters out on the flank. Cannons at the ready. Let's take out the grenadiers first. Yep, that's exactly what I had in mind. So 176 casualties already. We could also target the artillery. I might end up doing that. Yeah, why don't you do that? If we can wipe these out, that'll save us a lot of casualties, I feel like. But they're not hitting anything. No, it's okay. Let's go for the grenadiers. We're getting a lot of good kills there. Alright, our line is really funky looking right here. But they've got good coverage, so I guess it's okay. So we need at least 2 grenadiers here. So that's likely what they're going to send. Nice. Sharpshooters are already on it. Let's make sure our veteran foot can angle on these guys. 192 with 1 volley. Yeah, the Coldstream are just brutal, man. 204 range, or accuracy, in the 144 range. It's really good. All right, these guys are going to skirmish with our sharpshooters. Not really advisable. So pretty much everybody's shooting except for the Fusiliers. So let's get them angled slightly better. Actually, it doesn't matter. Somebody's coming in the range anyways. All right, so let's try and push these guys off. Veteran foot are just out of range. Let's push them up a tiny bit, see if that helps. Yeah, there's no way these guys can hang. They're getting hit by 3 veteran units. Same here. Oh, man. Yeah. Coldstream guards. I would like another one of these units, actually. Okay, they're gone. Let's reposition these guys and our sharpshooters. They're broken. Perfect. Cannons just kept leaning on them and kept leaning on them. They're down to 250 units. Wow. So I said I was going to get aggressive with the grenadiers, but it looks like we may not need to because we, like I said, we're shooting from a position of cover and they're not. So we don't really need to. The only thing we're at a deficit is potentially artillery, but even then, our artillery are doing better than theirs. So I feel like maybe that's not accurate. Maybe we're doing all right on that as well. All right, what else can we do here? We can start moving our line here. I really thought they would push those grenadiers hard in the middle, but they didn't. These veteran foot are getting chewed up, but maybe it's not that big of a deal. We should be done by the time it becomes a problem. All right, here we go. Another unit down. Let's straighten our line out again. Grenadiers can go with. Oh, we have some units trying to return. Actually, let's turn on these guys. And you know what we could do is just march. Let's just march straight down with our grenadiers. Why not? Give these guys some fun. All right, what's going on here? Are they charging us? You idiot. You're just an absolute idiot. Good luck against 123 charge. Yeah, just instantly shattered. Alright, no big deal. These guys are trying to fight us, so I was going to say we could just ignore them, but if they're going to fight, then we might as well just blast them out. 110 charge damage there. These guys have dealt with theirs, so let's keep moving up. Let's get our line. Alright, we might need to just start charging whatever we can, so let's do that. Yeah, dude, the cannons. It's the freaking cannons, man. They hurt so much when they get a volley from this point-blank range. I mean, not a complaint. It definitely should be that way. Charging cannons should be very, very dangerous. But anyways, that's it. We got it. So we took a few losses, but very, very few, I would say. Just three regiments. Everybody else pretty much unscathed. So we might need to take ammo. Yeah, only 1,000 losses. Let's take ammo this time. Kind of blowing through our ammo a little bit. All right, this is another shooting group. Combat effectiveness, probably. Hard to pass that up. It's not the 10% like this one. Legendary, that's such a good one, but it's very rare, so we'll take prudent. I think that's all we can do for now. There's not much we can do in here. We have a lot of items we need to sell. Why don't we do that up here? I didn't do it at the last one because it had the negative modifier, so we can do it here. Oh, first, do they have a special unit for us? They don't. Okay. Oh, here we go. 675 gold. Jaeger rifle of excellent quality. We'll definitely pick one of those up. That's going to go on our Grenzer sharpshooters. And what does that do? 30 more. Yeah, it gives us 30 more range. 173 accuracy. And the reload actually goes down to 36 seconds instead of 40 seconds. That's incredible. All right, we still want to use the Jaeger rifle though, I think. Right, if we put it on somebody else, like one of these, the Coldstream. So this guy has superior accuracy, poor range. If we put this on, the only downside is it's going to give us a bit more of a reload, but it's not that big of a deal. I think it's probably still worth it. And we're not going to mess with any of these other rifles. I think we'll save our money here. Yeah, there's not much that we want to buy here, I don't think. So let me go through and sell some stuff then. Now, I don't remember seeing this one before. Quartered musket ball. I mean, I have seen them before, but not with these stats. So this gives you plus accuracy and plus max range. Very interesting. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. And then same thing with this guy. I've been using this buck and ball, and I'm not super impressed with it. I think maybe because our accuracy is so high, it doesn't even matter. We can replace the earthworks that we have with this much better one. So why don't we do that? And we'll put it back on this guy, because he is kind of exchanging fire with people. So I would like him to have maybe a little bit of cover. And we could still upgrade a couple things on him, but he's pretty much cracked. I don't think there's a whole lot else we can do. All right, we can upgrade one of the musicians. We have one that's just a standard. This guy. So there we go. Big improvement there. We still have over 7k because we ended up selling a lot of stuff. Why don't we buy some of these teapots? I really like these. Right, that looks good for that. Let's raid this one. This will be our last one. We'll get a unit out of it. Oh, you know what, actually? Let's double check and see. So I think he starts with a good weapon, but he's not going to have anything else. So we've got Gators, reload move speed. We've got a doctrine for him. We've got Chevaux de Frise. Actually, can we get a better one? No, they only have regular ones here. We have a tobacco ration if he wants. And then we've got the ramrod, gun pick. We've got most of the stuff that I feel like we would need for him. Yep, and then also the cartridge box. So I think that's probably fine. All right, let's go ahead and raid. Get it. I was gonna just see if there's anything else we wanted to buy before we torched it, but I think we're good. All right, there we go. So Royal Welsh Fusilier, and I'm gonna put him in here. Actually, you know what? We should probably split these guys up. Or no, I'll keep them together, and that'll make it easier so that when we're distributing them, we can kind of move them around. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Right, in terms of upgrades, let's make sure he's got all of his slots open. He does start with a good rifle. Accuracy with poor range. Let's actually give him the Charville. I feel like that might be a better option. And then we'll go down the list. So ramrods, the boots, better cover, better reload and stamina, cartridge box. Actually, let's get the bigger cartridge box. And then, actually, these guys need better stamina, don't they? Let's make sure our cannons are the ones that have the better canteens. And then we do have a reload and movement speed. There's some other ones that might be better than that, but this is fine for now. We can always swap it out. Oh, yeah, duh. We need a Chevaux de Frise. All right, let's actually go with the Torn Worm. Better accuracy. And then finally, we don't have anything. Yeah, we need our tobacco rations. Eventually, we'll swap it out for a tea ration once we get better quality, but I think this is good for now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, look at that. He's starting with everything he needs. So 88 accuracy versus our other unit, which is 119 accuracy. So definitely better equipment, but that's all right. That's still not bad. We do need to start another brigade, possibly, if we start getting more units, but we could probably finish it with just the 4. So dismantle slums. Let's go to this one. All right, in counter resolve, we used a special ability. I don't know which one it was, but didn't have to deal with it. Let's see if there's a town. Yeah, there's a town up here. We'll keep going to the town, seeing if we can get some special units. Oh, this guy's gonna run. I don't think so. We need your XP. So 4 horses and infantry should be an easy one. All right, here's our position. Got another farmland. Gotta love these farmlands. And then we're gonna put our Welsh Fusiliers and the Coldstream Guard over here. And then what we'll do is use these to just pull a massive flank. So I'm gonna keep them all the way back here, kind of like this. If they want to tango, that's fine. What are they gonna do against these guys? Look at these rifles. They're such far range. 165 range, 224 range. Or sorry, accuracy. Yeah, accuracy is insane. Range is right around 170, 180. These guys have 179 range. 151 range. They have pretty good range too, though, actually. All right. They don't have any cannons that I saw, so we're good on the cannons. Let's focus down, maybe one at a time. Let's get the grenadiers. They have a lot of stuff that can push us, so I'm a little concerned about that. So we'll get the Palatine grenadiers. We got to worry about these cav. They're gonna maybe double up on us. So let's move the grenadiers. Spread them out a little bit better. All right. How about right here? No, that's fine. What about our snipers? Where are they? I'm going to keep them on the flank here. Yeah, we'll keep them right here. And then whatever they send, we'll sweep up, and then we'll just start mowing everybody down. Hopefully. Yep. Good volleys. Good volleys. Here we go. They're coming in. Looks like they're going to charge the Hanoverian foot. Let's get these guys ready. Let them hit, and then charge. ahead and charge. Yep, they're gone. Alright, get back before this next one comes. Actually, you get back over here. Let's move them over because they might be needing a little break. There we go. Do not chase. Charge. And they're out already. We're getting charged again somewhere? Right here. Alright, you can charge. Yeah, instantly shattered. Alright, they need to pull back. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, there we go. What are we doing over here? Yeah, these guys are... Oh my god. I think somebody tried to come over here and they just got absolutely destroyed. Shut down hard. These guys need to angle a little bit to get a second shot. And then same thing here. Angle a little bit. Get another shot. They've got some grenadiers. Oh crap. I wasn't paying attention, but they didn't have much. Their lines are pretty much broken at this point. They don't have hardly anything left. Wow, look at how sad this is. Yeah, they got one single volley off. They're probably going to get driven off before they get anything else off. Alright, veteran foot, can you get up there and get a shot? You need to angle to get a shot. Grenadiers can follow, and then yeah, anything over here is just going to get pushed. So let's go ahead and focus this down with the artillery. Is he going to? No, he's going to get a second volley off, maybe. Oh, come on, shoot. No, they're not. They're out of here. Alright, one more unit, and then battle's done. Yep, they're gone. Very low casualties. We do have one unit that took some loss. That was in the center where we got charged multiple times. That's just going to happen when you have that many grenadiers and cav you're up against. Right, we're starting to get a bit too much of everything. Well, yeah, we'll take the money. Alright, our Hanoverian foot can go to veteran foot. So they're maxed out now. We've got British veteran foot. These guys still need to level up. Yeah, both of these do. But that's a 7. That one's going to take a while. And then same thing here. These two need 2 more levels. Okay, so if we keep going, conscription doctrine. I don't really care about that too much, to be honest. We already have too many reservists as it is, but I guess it's better than not having it, so that's fine. We'll keep going to the slums. But that's not the priority. We made some money off of that one. Let's go to this little town up here, because I don't want to have to circle back later. Please have elite units. No, they don't. They don't have T either. Oh, they got some Chevaux de Frise though. Yeah, let's get some upgrades. We got some good upgrades for the front, at least for the front line. And that's about it. Let's go back to Pirna. This place has nothing for us. I mean, these aren't bad. The Hanoverian veteran foot, we could buy them, but I'm going to hold off. Really do want to upgrade and get some better tiers. Chevaux de Frise we'll take. Got some better tea rations we'll take. And on the quartermaster, some of these items are better. Also, we do need that little hatchet. We'll take that. And a better reloader for the cannon. Let's take that. Alright, I sold a bunch of stuff. We're back up to 7k, so I don't think we need to mess with too much else here. Let's just get out. Keep on moving. So, slums, there's quite a few over here we can deal with. Let's go straight across, deal with this one, and then we'll come back. At Newtown. Sniper. No sniper rifle. Oh, yep, they do. And it's a good quality. Instantly buying that, so we'll replace the other one that we have, which is this guy. And now we have another spare, which I'm going to give to the Royal Welsh. Yeah, we should give it to the Royal Welsh. And it looks like most of our Chevaux de Frise are max. We have one good quality, just the one. Yeah, everything else is maxed out. Perfect. So that's going to be a big difference to charge damage mitigation. Alright, barracks. They got Highlander Grenadiers. That's not quite it. Ooh, yes. We got Royal Welsh Fusiliers. We can get another one. Taking it. We're definitely taking it. So now we should probably open up a new brigade. Or we get rid of one of these guys and hold on to him for a little bit. No, let's start a new brigade. I really don't like the units that the commanders that we have. They're just not particularly good. Melee in charge, plus range. This one, flanking fire damage plus 15%, but I don't like the plus 10 melee damage received. That's really bad. So yeah, I'm gonna probably put this guy in. So plus 10% range, that's fine. And why don't we do this? I'm gonna move this Grenzer out and put him over here so he can have his own regiment for now. And then we'll fill him in with people that can shoot. That'll give us the usage of the range. We do lose a little bit of bonus from what this guy was getting. 10 range, 15. Yeah, it sucks, but that's all right. So now we got to equip this guy. Get rid of the bayonet. Let's get all the goodies. We actually don't have everything we need. And it's not that we sold it. We just don't have... We kind of used a lot of it. Reload. No. Yeah, reload and move speed. That's okay. He's actually in pretty good shape still, even with all that. Accuracy's up to 86. I think that's reasonable. And then what are we missing with him? He does have ammo pouch. Yeah, the cartridge box. Doesn't have boots. Or, you know what? One of these guys from the staff. Yeah, why don't we do this? Perfect. We'll give him a marksman. There you go. 100. Starting with 100 accuracy right off the bat. Okay, I think that's it for that. Let's move down. All right, we'll take some free food. Thank you. All right, there we go. There's one of our armies that we want to beat for another doctrine. Nice. We can get all the patrols, or we can delay the headquarters. That's actually not a bad idea. Every enemy army in the region, that would actually be helpful. Yeah, let's do that because we need to know where they are. So 1, 2, and 3 in a straight line. We can take them out like this, straight back, and we should have enough time. And as long as we're getting enough resources from the battles, we should be able to recover. Dismantle the slum. We need one more. That would give us conscription doctrine. That's fine. We don't need it right away. We can get it on the way back. So let's head south. Start fighting these guys. There we go. Let's see what they have. So it looks like 5 cannons. Yeah, 5 cannons, 4 cav, and the rest are infantry. It looks like they have mostly musketeers though. No, actually, take that back. They have 3 grenadier units. But yeah, mostly musketeers. But dude, if they charge with these grenadiers and they're backed by these other ones, these other cav, that could be a problem. And they have some decent cannons in there too, so that could give us some problems. All right, let's get in there. As much as I would love to relive this battle, I don't think we're going to be able to get there in time. We might actually be able to, but it's going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. There's a good spot back here, actually. There's some decent high ground we could maintain. There's some cover back here, but it's tough because then they get really good cover in that city. This might be a decent spot too, because there's a lot of things that would slow them down, and we can maintain their artillery on the high ground. But then they're going to get access to this. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this right here. Yeah, I almost feel like we have to rush for this town. This is really the best spot on the map. So let's go maybe some assault columns here. Even though we're not assaulting, we're just trying to rush. So let's get everybody in a line, get them up there. Especially the sharpshooters. All right, let's go for it. So everybody up. Okay, that's about as fast as we can get everybody moving without pausing the game and cheesing it. So what is this going to look like? They do have some people up front that are going to cause us some problems, but I think our sharpshooters should be able to handle most of this. So actually, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, we can get... the grenadiers are too far up. Let's get them back. They don't need to be up there quite that far just yet. We'll keep the elites in the back as well. I want these other guys to get some decent XP. So Hanoverian, those guys are maxed. But all these British veteran foot, they all need to get levels. So let's put them up with the sharpshooters, I think is a fair... I think that's fair. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get these guys to cover the flanks as well. Something like this. Artillery, you guys need to just get back here and start shooting at something. And then let's get our elites over here on the left flank, maybe? No, shoot. Let's go right flank. They seem to be amassing their cav on the left. We'll keep our grenadiers handy so they can deal with it. What is this? Hanoverian veteran foot. Oh, these two. I didn't assign these guys yet. Let's keep them back in reserves. Yep, that's fine. Okay, get up there so you can take cover from the artillery. Yeah, these guys have a tremendous position. 99% cover. Cannons. Dude, I'm forgetting all this stuff. Alright, can we maybe put them on hold fire for a second? And then let's go for the dragoons. Yeah, let's destroy these dragoons. Look at that. They're half ready to run. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, do not let them get a shot. Do not want them to get a shot on our cannons. That would be very bad. Okay, let's go ahead and form up on the hill completely. Grenadiers can get in here now. We'll keep a couple back here in reserves. These four... Yeah, let's just start rolling up their flank. I'm going to keep one grenadier back here because I see some cav back here. They'll probably try to contest us, which is fine. Alright, they are pushing pretty hard. But, you know, if they're going to target the sharpshooters, that's fine because these guys have a natural resistance to getting shot at. That's good. Alright, here we go. We can start to get shots from the flanks here. They stopped. They're going to be attacking only the salient, which means we can completely roll up this right with our elites. Oh, why are you guys... Oh no, they're sprinting. They're exhausted already. Alright, we'll leave them behind. Let's just go with 3. We'll wait till this guy's gone, and then we'll try it again. Sharpshooters have lost 100 so far. Here come Cuirassier. We're probably going to need to get grenadiers ready. So let's get both of them up and close. Maybe one more volley and then we'll pull them back. Alright, they ran. It's perfect. We can move up again. Let's get all 4. Actually, these guys are not exhausted anymore, so that's fine. And if they try to charge, we'll just immediately counter with our Hessians. Yep, here they come. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. You got a volley off. That's perfect. Okay, we can counter charge. 1 and 2. Keep our snipers ready because they need to get back in there. Alright, now I'm not taking my eye off these guys. Yep, there they go. There they go. You bastards. I knew you were going to do that. Alright, we don't want these guys to run all the way up and get killed, though. So let's keep a very close eye on them. Cannons are shooting at somebody that's already dead. Can you please target something useful, man? Alright, grenadiers, grenadiers. Get back. Sharpshooters, get back out front. You got a very important job to do. Alright, these guys are off running. Let's get our grenadiers to rally. Chill out for a second. Let's get... Yep, up here. I don't want anybody sprinting, though, because you have stamina issues. Okay, we should be good there. Veteran foot, we can... Yeah, we can unload these guys. Let's get them back as well. Actually, why don't we shoot from back here? And we'll stagger the lines so that we can get better angles. Oh, man, they're getting crushed. Absolutely crushed. Get those grenadiers out of here. Hessian grenadiers can follow up. These guys don't really have anybody to shoot at anymore because they killed everybody. Let's get them to angle. We'll blade off slightly. That looks really good. They have a lot of cannons we gotta watch out for, but aside from that, we're looking very strong here. Alright, Hessian grenadiers, let's push up. Yep, there's another one. I feel like, yep, shattered. Shattered, shattered, shattered. Let's keep moving. Alright, these guys can all... No, don't shoot that. Just push up. Stop shooting that. And just push up. There we go. What else do we need to do? We don't really need to do anything else. We've literally killed their whole army. That was a good... I think that was a pretty good plan. We got there just in time. These sharpshooters did such a good job. 1,400 kills. And only 152 losses. A lot of the fire was aimed at them too. So, but having that 99% cover, well, I guess 91 now, but having high cover is a big difference. All right, here we go. You guys need to start targeting some cannons. Just march on down, boys. March on down. There we go. There's one volley on a cannon. Actually, that one didn't do him in. Let's get a second one in before he can reload. Shoot, he's reloading. Yeah, get him out of here. Perfect. Let's get a full... Oh, can we get a full shot on these guys? More firepower. Here we go. Move up. See if we can get these guys to shoot at something. All right, they're all done except for these guys. Sharpshooters, we need to turn and start blasting these kids. Let's get these guys in the back. They need to go recover. Okay, yep, they're gonna go. Cannons are shooting at them. Perfect. Okay, these cannons are gone. We got another volley ready for these guys. Oh, come on, get them out of there. There we go. Yep, out, get out. Alright, we can just speed this up. This is pretty much done. Target one, target the other. Oh, you're just gonna charge. I'm good with that, actually. Okay, so we took some losses on a few units, but really not that bad if you look at our health meters here. These grenadiers did get chewed up a bit. I don't know if that was right at the end. Did I do something? Did they get canistered or something? Because I feel like they weren't really that low. Maybe I shouldn't have done that at the end there. Oops. But yeah, these guys were the front line holders, and they did a freaking good job. So, I mean, the casualties were so low compared to the kills that they got.